Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring Monster Wrangler, the core rulebook. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review featuring this tabletop RPG, where you race, train and fight alongside your monsters, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about combat. Over the course of a campaign, of course, characters are likely to come into conflict with a variety of rivals and antagonists. During combat, time is measured in combat rounds, which are usually just called rounds. A round lasts roughly 6 seconds. There are 10 rounds in 1 minute. During a combat round, each character takes a single turn, during which time it moves around the battlefield and takes actions, such as enhancing its allies or attacking its enemies. After every character in the combat has taken its turn, a new round begins, continuing in this way until the combat has finished. Let's talk about initiative. At the start of combat, each involved character rolls one 10-sided die and adds their speed attribute to the result. The total is the character's initiative value, which is usually shortened to just initiative. Rounds are divided into 2 separate phases, with all the Wranglers resolving their turns in descending initiative order, followed by all the monsters resolving their turns in descending initiative order. In the event of a tie between multiple Wranglers or multiple monsters, the character with the highest speed wins the tie. If the tied characters have the same speed, then they both roll another die, with the higher roll winning the tie. Once the initiative order has been established, the Wrangler character with the highest initiative completely resolves his or her turn. Then the next Wrangler in the initiative order completely resolves their turn, progressing this way until every Wrangler character has taken a turn. The monster characters involved in the combat then take their turns in a similar manner in descending initiative order. After the last monster finishes its turn, a new combat round begins with the same initiative order. In combat, each character's turn follows a specific sequence. While turns are usually only used in combat, it can sometimes be helpful to use turn sequences outside of combat, particularly in time-sensitive scenarios, such as when the player characters are trying to remove a harmful status effect, such as burning or poison, perhaps disarming a bomb, or engaging in a chase sequence. Let's talk about parts of the turn sequence. First, you have delay, which could be considered phase 0. If the character wishes to delay their action, they make their decision at this point, before the turn technically begins. Then we have phase 1, start of turn. Any effects which occur at the start of the character's turn happen at this step. In the case of multiple effects resolving at the same time, the character can choose the order in which those effects resolve. Then we have phase 2, generate rage. Monster characters that are engaged in combat or any other dramatic situation at the game master's discretion generate 2 rage at this step, to a maximum of 10 rage. Any excess rage is lost. Next we have phase 3, free recovery roll. In this step, the character can attempt a single recovery roll, which will be explained in a future part of this review, to reduce the value of one of their status effects. If this reduces the value of a status effect to 0, that status effect immediately ends. Next we have phase 4, status effects. If the character is suffering from any status effect that causes damage, such as burning or poison, the effect or those effects happen in this step. Next we have 5, take actions. In this step, the character can take actions to interact with the world and the battle around him or her. On the character's turn, the character can take either 2 move actions or a single move action and a single standard action. If the character chooses to perform a move action and a standard action, then that character may perform them in whatever order they wish, but they must completely resolve one action before they can take the other. Note that a character doesn't have to take actions if they do not wish to do so. There is nothing wrong with a character only taking a single move action on that character's turn, or even taking no actions at all. Then we have 5, end of turn. Any effects which occur at the end of the character's turn happen at this step. In the event of multiple effects resolving at the same time, the character can choose the order in which those effects resolve. Now, when it comes to reactions and instants, in addition to move actions and standard actions, characters also have access to 2 special actions they can take outside of their own turn: reactions and instants. A character can take 1 reaction per round, which can occur either on that character's turn or the turn of another character. After a character takes that reaction, the character cannot take another reaction until the start of the character's next turn. When it comes to instants, this happens so quickly. They are tasks that take little to no effort, so they are done at any time, even on another character's turn. There are no limits to the number of instants a character can take over the course of a round, other than those dictated by common sense. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part, we are going to talk about the types of actions. I think there is good structure when it comes to this round sequence. Everything is in order, logical, and it makes sense with the context. So you will have no trouble at all implementing the sequence of events. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. This has been Abraham El Jaguar, a professional game master. If you want me to run a game for you, please check out the pinned comment below. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you, and see you later.